Hey there, if you're looking for an in-depth review with all the technical specifications of the DJI Mavic Air 2 from the viewpoint of a professional drone pilot, this isn't that video. This is my first drone, and up until now I've had zero experience with anything drone-y. Now, a full disclaimer, I don't know how much this has impacted my drone flying experience. I am, however, not new to the things that fly world. I'm a commercial pilot with a single multi-instrument rating. I was a fixed-wing certified flight instructor for 20 years, and I have a tail dragger endorsement. I also flew for Continental Airlines in the ATR 42-320, but that only had 2 propellers, not 4, and wings, of course. But as I said, when it comes to drone flying, I knew nothing about it up until now. I always thought a drone would be nice to play with, but I didn't have a real need until I finally found the direction I wanted to go in on YouTube, which happened to coincide nicely with DJI releasing the Mavic Air 2, which the reviewers seemed to all indicate was finally the drone that put most of the features you wanted in a drone at an entry-level price. High value, which is where it's at for me. So I got the Fly More package, which came in at about a little under $1,000, but you can get just the drone for $800. I figured I needed the batteries, and the 3-up charger was cool too, so why not? And it's a lot cheaper than buying the batteries and the charger and all the other parts that come with it separately. And of course I was hoping I would never need the spare propellers. We'll see how that works out, but so far so good. The Mavic Air 2 was pretty much a breeze, see what I did there, to get set up. I did watch a few YouTube videos on how it all went together while I was waiting for B&H and UPS to get it delivered, which they did with their usual professionalism and alacrity. It went together easily and intuitively, though I'm not sure about all the tape everywhere. Someone in the Mavic factory needs to take the tape gun away from the 5-year-old. Getting the little bits of tape and stickers off everything took the most time in the setup. Basically, I just detaped, charged and installed the battery, and added the propellers and a memory card, set up my phone on the controller after downloading the app, added the joysticks, and I was ready to fly. The thing really flies itself. You are just telling it what you want it to do, and that's where the learning curve comes in. It's a very shallow curve, though, nothing like the first time you're alone in a plane, wondering if you really know how to land after only 15 hours of instruction. You're wondering if you're going to die, and your flight instructor is on the ground wondering if they're going to lose their license and their dreams of ever flying for an airline. It really is a hard life for a flight instructor. Anyway, learning which direction the controls go and which control does what is the curve, but it only takes about 10 minutes of stress-free flight time to get the basics down, and then probably a lot longer to perfect your technique so you're capturing cinematic level epic footage and not like going left when you want to go right and panning so quickly that everybody gets a headache. The Mavic Air 2 becomes transparent pretty quickly, and you start concentrating on your footage instead of flying, which is a testament to how well this thing is engineered and programmed. In this video here, I'm still learning which direction, which button makes it go in which direction, and which way to pan, and how to push what, and what does what, and how not to crash. But it was pretty straightforward. And looking back at this footage, this is like the second time I ever flew it. And I guess, you know, just shows you how confident you are that it's not going to fly off into the trees, because that's kind of a pretty restrictive area I was flying in. There were trees all around. So really, really amazing what this thing does on its own. A lot of that has to do with the features they included and all the reviews said were important to have, and why this is a great deal for the price. The Mavic Air 2 has DJI's proprietary OcuSync communication protocol on board as opposed to just basic Wi-Fi, which is what this price point drones came with before, and evidently OcuSync is where it's at. I have no experience with any other system, but I will say that so far the OcuSync connection has been 100%, and I couldn't ask for anything more so far. Also, all of my videos so far has been recorded in 4K 24 frames per second, which has been great. I am actually upping that now to 4K 30 frames per second. The only thing about having a 4K workflow is the amount of data you're gathering is huge. I can fill up a 64 gigabyte card with 4 30-minute flights. With 1080p, you're recording 8+ hours of video on a 64 gigabyte card. But the clarity of the video is worth it and makes 1080p seem soft in comparison. I have also not even scratched the surface of all the Mavic Air 2 can do, but it has already exceeded my expectations and has delivered very usable and dramatic content for my videos. When I sent it out over the water at Cove Palisades in Central Oregon, it was gone. I couldn't see it physically, and it was difficult to see the phone screen because I was in bright sunlight. I really had no idea where it went or how to get it back, so I just hit the return to home button, and 5 minutes later, there it came and landed right where it had taken off from. Brilliant. So basically, this drone has alleviated a lot of the concerns and worries that I had launching $1,000 worth of kit into the great blue beyond, hoping to ever see it again someday. I can highly recommend the Mavic Air 2 to anyone who wants epic drone footage for their videos, but doesn't want to have to graduate from an airline systems class just to get off the ground. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe, hit the bell for notifications of new videos, and check out my website, etc., etc. I appreciate it. Have a great one. Bye.